Hey guys, today I'm filming my monthly makeup declutter for April, and I have got some really tough stuff in here. First, I wanted to update you on a chopping block product that I forgot to talk about last time, and this is the Ofra Highlight in Star Island. Now, the Ofra Highlight formula is one of my absolute favorites. These and the Benefit highlighters are top two for me, but I wasn't sure if I needed this because of some other shades I have in my collection, and I do think that this is lighter. The other shade I have is the Hills, that is similar. It's stunning, but it is a bit more subtle because it's closer to my skin tone. So I do think that this is unique and has a meaningful place in my collection. So I will be hanging on to this one for now. And I put it back in its original packaging, which I'm hoping will help me use it more. Next is something that I wanted to get your thoughts on. So I have the Kaja Shadow Stick and Stamps, and they have 3 matte shades and 3 shimmer shades, and I feel like I really only want to keep one of each formula, and then I want to pass the others on to my friends. And I'm sure it would be beneficial for me to go through and compare swatches to Laura Mercier, but at the same time I don't have any matte shades from her. I just have some of the shimmer ones, so definitely look at what I've got going on in my hand and let me know your thoughts on which one you would keep. So going this way, we have Ice Illusion, Peach Sprinkle, and Champagne Sequin. Then going this way, starting with the brown, we have Mocha Sparkle, Mauve Mirage, and Petal Prism. And I know that half of the fun here is the sparkle, but I know that I'm definitely going to use the cream shadow more than the shimmer pigment, so let me know what shade you think that I should keep, and I will update you guys next month. Next, I have a product I'm actually throwing out, which almost never happens. This is the Kopari Tripeptide Lip Cloud. I'm about halfway done with this. This is in my year-long project. I was trying to truck through, but I can't do it anymore because when I use this multiple days in a row, it F's my lips up. This formula is not hydrating at all. It feels a little bit grainy, and it is just like thin and slippery and dries my lips out terribly. This is not hydrating at all. This is garbage. I don't want to give it to anybody else because I think it will F their lips up too. I have not heard the best things about this, but it went on sale relatively soon after it released, and I hadn't heard much about it yet, and I was just so excited to try another lip balm. This is garbage, so I do not recommend that to anyone. Now on to actual declutters. First is this little mini NARS Light Reflecting Setting Powder pressed, and I have used this in the past. I actually had this in a project pan, and I didn't use it for months, and I decided that I would just rather give this to somebody else to use. If I get this again in the future, maybe I will give it a shot, but I just don't feel like I'm going to fall in love with a powder with this formula. You guys know I have oily skin, and I just don't think that this is made for oily skin. I would love to hear your thoughts if you've tried it, but I would just rather give that to somebody else. Next is something that I really wanted to love because I love Sigma's cheek products. This is their highlighter in Moonbeam, and this is very firmly pressed. Even using my more dense highlighter brush, I don't feel like this translates on the skin as well as I would like. It doesn't show up as nicely, which is a bummer because I have the highlight palette, which works incredibly, and I have all of the duos that they've released, and the highlighter in all of those is really smooth and creamy as well. I don't know what it is about the single highlights that just aren't performing the same for me, so this is something that I'm letting go of. I feel pretty good with my decision. Next is a little bit challenging for me. This is the Smashbox Halo Pink Saturation Face Palette. I'm so lucky that I got this in PR. It was so great to try out, and I contemplated keeping this because of the Rose Quartz highlight, which is actually Becca's formula. This is such a beautiful shade. I feel like it's even more beautiful than when Becca had it. It just looks a little bit more reflective, which I love. The blushes were great. They were pigmented, they're pretty, but kind of basic shades. And then with this contour powder, it is sheer, it needs to be built up, which is annoying to me because the type of brush that I use for my bronzer does not fit in here because of the packaging size. So I am going to be keeping the other face palette they sent me. I think I'll get more use out of those shades, but this really is good quality. I just don't love the contour as much, and if I had a smaller collection I would hang on to this, but I'm really excited to give this to a friend. And then this is a product that I would like to sell, so please let me know if you're interested. This is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Edit Universe palette. It's from a couple holidays ago. And for me, I love the blushes, especially this one here, but the other products are not my favorite. This is an Infinity powder, which is like a strobe powder and a finishing powder wrapped into one, which I don't love. And of course, it's a huge pain. I wish this was just one of their regular ambient lighting powders. So the products are good in here, but just not amazing. I don't get the most use out of this. I like my other Hourglass palettes better. So this is something I would love to sell. And oh my gosh, I hope by some miracle one day they will re-release the Elephant palette, because I really missed out on that one. Next, I have one eye product. I would like to sell this as well. This is the Cosmetics Magic Hour eyeshadow palette, and the formula of this is great. The shades are very pigmented, they're blendable. The shimmers have like a nice thickness to them, a really pretty shine. I just have these shades already in my collection, and I'm reaching for them more from other palettes. I also feel like this is a little bit hard to open. It's such great quality, but it was just so expensive. This was a little bit cheaper. I think I would feel better about having it. And I was just so excited about Cosmetics when they first released, and I went hog wild on a Black Friday sale a couple years ago, and there are some products from them that I truly stand by, and I think this is good, but it's a little too overpriced for me. And then I have just a couple lip products. The first would be my final 4 EOS Smooth Sticks in Sweet Mint. I do have one in my purse that I've been using, and you guys know that I've sworn by this for like a decade at this point. And maybe the formula's changed, I'm not sure, but as you guys know, in 2023, I was using a lot of clear lip glosses as my on-the-go lip balm. So I did not use this for essentially a year. When I first started using these, one of mine had expired, it messed my lips up, I tossed it, and I thought, okay, that was the problem, which it was. But this is not doing it for me anymore. It is not hydrating like it used to. I've heard people say that these like dry their lips out, that they're not hydrating, and I just never had that experience. And now having a year away from these lip balms, coming back to them, they're just not hitting the same way they were, which makes me sad. But these are still brand new in packaging. I will be happy to pass these on, because I do know a lot of people still really love these. They're just not doing it for me. I do have the one that's already open in my purse, and then I do have some of the candy cane scented ones that were limited edition. I have 2 of those. I'm hanging on to them, and I will use those up, but I'm just gonna pass those, which makes me sad. I got them really discounted. That's the only reason I have so many. And then the last lippy I am passing on would be the Flawless Forget the Fill Lip Gloss in Juicy Watermelon. It's a beautiful shade. Oh my gosh, it is so, so pretty. But this has an artificial watermelon scent, which is the reason I passed on the other products in this collection when I got them. And I was wanting to make this work because it's a stunning color, but I recently swatched a bunch of their glosses and I can't do the scent. So I'm gonna give this to my friend, and I know she's gonna be excited to have it. I really wish I could just take the scent out because the color is so, so pretty, but I hate artificial watermelon scents, and I just can't get past it, unfortunately. So those are all the things that are gonna be leaving my collection this month. I feel pretty good about it, and again, I would definitely like to sell these 2 products, so let me know if you are interested and we can chit chat about pricing and other things. Some of these I got for free in some way, so I'm gonna just be passing them on to folks. They've already been claimed, and I will continue working through my collection and letting things go as I decide they're not my favorite any longer. And I feel really proud of the things that I have let go of here. I want to thank y'all so much for watching this video. I would love to hear your thoughts on these products, and I would love to know what you have decluttered recently. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.